So as you can see, the wind hasn't let up. Per the last forecast I heard about, it's going to be windy through at least Monday, and it's going to get significantly colder tomorrow. Also, altitude-wise, we did have kind of a little bit of a rough night. We were both really tired, had small headaches going over that extended 11,400 foot segment. We were just up there for a long time, and again, we live down at sea level, so that happens early in the season. And then once I was lying down at night, I actually woke up, and for a good long while, I could just feel my pulse pounding as my body tried to keep up the oxygenation level of my blood. It happens. It's not an issue unless you get something like high altitude pulmonary edema where you start coughing and having bronchitis like symptoms. That can get really bad. I've had that twice out of 1,000 trips out into the wilderness. So yeah, but it's all good. We have an easier day today because Taters has to hike out and then drive home tomorrow. So I don't want to just shoot in as deep as I can because that'll make the day too hard for her. So I basically took 2 smaller first days, and we'll be at the base of Kern tonight. She'll camp with me, then she'll leave in the morning, and then I'll continue on crossing over to the west side of the Sierra, hopefully. And welcome to sexiness. Not Taters. I mean, Taters is sexy, but you see the good flow on that platypus? Oh yeah. So the plus side of all this wind and whatnot is, even with the usual kind of joyous high of being out in the Sierra, Taters is not going to be very sad to hike out tomorrow because she gets to escape the worst of the windstorm.
No, it's gonna. I'm getting the worst, I think.
Monday.
It's gonna be all over by
Monday. Supposedly Monday has a temperature drop in addition to all this. Yeah, exactly. Also, wow, I am quite orange right now. Hey. And this is big Whitney Meadow that we were looking at from the ridge. And that would be Kern over there, I believe.
I like all the little trees.
I did not think it was that cold last night, but guess it was down here. Okay, Tunnel Meadow is going to be our goal for today. So that's where we came across yesterday. That's the tree line is at 11,000 feet or so in this area. And this is the pretty meadow. So the trail through here, there isn't really a trail. This is what passes for ducks, but there's a line of them. And one of the great traditions we had on the PCT that made Blondie super happy was making ramen in the middle of the day. We've kind of gotten away from that, but she brought it this time. And down we go. We're going to be below 9,000 feet tonight probably, so a little easier on us. And then I'll go back over 11 tomorrow to cross Kern. So I told her to hold it. I was wondering how long you'd hold it. Meanwhile, I think I just threw my back out watching that. Blondie, that's not yoga, that's napping. As you can see, Taters is hard at work on trail here. We were just talking about how this area, you really feel the solitude because there's not that many tracks. And normally when I'm back here, I at most see 1 or 2 other groups. Even camp by a big meadow like yesterday, you just don't ever see anybody come by. Now granted, tomorrow when I'm hopefully by Jordan Hot Springs, that's gonna break the illusion because since it has the words hot springs, that attracts a lot of people. It's not even a very good hot spring, at least not when I've been there. Trail kind of comes and goes. You're never sure if the ducks are going on the trail you think you're on or they're just some random ducks that somebody set going who knows where. So one of the neat things about the area we're about to go into is if you see these rocks, things just got volcanic. So there's a whole field of volcanic rocks that just kind of appears out of nowhere and then disappears. This is the best water source we have seen yet. That's like serious water. And here's Little Whitney Meadow. Not really anywhere near Whitney, fortunately. So you remember I said it was going to get all volcanic out of nowhere. There you go. So there are still homesteads and cabins back here. Most of them are locked up. Some of them are owned by the Forest Service and they use them for snow surveys and other things. Others belong to families that still come out here. A few of them operate as ranches. The real treat is actually when they have a functional outhouse, just saying. As I was just saying. I mean, you're going to get bit in the danglies by a black widow or something, but eh. I really love it back here in these meadows. So quiet. And sometimes you're lucky and you see bears. They dig around in the meadows sometimes for roots. And you're far enough away you can watch them for a while before they spook.
After all those busy Condor Trail meetups, it's been really refreshing to get to hike all day and not see a single soul. Haven't seen anyone since we left the PCT yesterday.
For the record, I had days like that on the Condor Trail.
Yeah, just on the parts that I met you. Parts I met you were all the good show parts that were also swarming with people.
The easy part, yeah. And we are crossing Tunnel Meadow. Gonna get water for the night and look for a camp relatively close to water, so taters can take off on me tomorrow.
It's about 6 o'clock. Once again, we're stopping a little bit early for tonight, both because I've got to hike out tomorrow and this sets me up well for that, and because we're still feeling a little tired from the effects of altitude yesterday. Home sweet home for the night.
Hard, and I think we should join Black Box Rewards. You can join at blackboxrewards.com, and that might be good for us.
That might actually make sense for us. Dinner tonight is wine, and our favorite meal, bean and cheese burritos.
Well, favorite trail meal.
Yes, for sure.
Hard to do trail nachos.